Ever wondered why teenagers seem to have their own unique set of habits? This question might have crossed your mind a time or two. It's a fascinating world of adolescence, where new habits are formed, some good, others not so much. To understand what's happening, it's crucial to realize that these habits aren't just whims or phases. They're part of the journey into adulthood. As teenagers navigate the choppy waters of adolescence, they naturally develop certain habits. It's their way of establishing independence, exploring their identity, and coping with the pressures of growing up. While many of these habits are completely normal and even necessary for their development, there are a few that might need our attention and guidance. From excessive screen time to procrastination, these habits can impact their health, their education, and their future. So, it's important to address these habits, not with criticism, but with understanding and empathy. Stay tuned as we dive into common teenage habits and how to address them. First on our list is excessive screen time. Sound familiar? In this digital era, the glow of screens has become as ubiquitous as the air we breathe. But what happens when this glow becomes a little too bright, a little too constant? From decreased physical activity to disrupted sleep patterns, the effects of excessive screen time are far-reaching and often subtle, seeping into the fabric of our daily lives almost unnoticed. Let's start with the physical impact. By nature, screen time is sedentary. This means that the more time we spend staring at screens, the less time we spend moving our bodies. Over time, this can lead to a decrease in overall physical fitness, a key component of health and well-being. Next, there's the impact on sleep. The blue light emitted by screens is known to disrupt our natural sleep-wake cycle, making it harder to fall asleep at night and harder to wake up in the morning. This can lead to a vicious cycle of late-night scrolling and daytime fatigue, which ultimately impacts our ability to function at our best. So what's the solution? First and foremost, it's about setting boundaries. This could mean setting specific screen time limits or designating certain times of the day as screen-free. It's also about encouraging alternatives to screen time, like physical activity. This doesn't have to mean running a marathon or climbing a mountain. A simple walk around the block or a game of catch in the backyard can do wonders for breaking up screen time and getting the body moving. And let's not forget about sleep hygiene. This includes things like maintaining a regular sleep schedule, creating a sleep-friendly environment, and prioritizing quality sleep over late-night scrolling. In the end, it's important to remember that screens aren't inherently bad. They can be tools for learning, communication, and even relaxation. But like with all things, balance is key. Too much of anything can be harmful, and screen time is no exception. Remember, balance is key when it comes to screen time. Next up, we have unhealthy eating. Noticed your teen munching on junk food a lot? Unhealthy eating is a common habit among teenagers, but it's one that can lead to a plethora of health issues. Let's dive into this a bit deeper. When we talk about unhealthy eating, we're referring to a diet that's high in processed foods, saturated fats, sugars, and salts, but low in vital nutrients. This type of diet can lead to obesity, a condition affecting 1 in 5 American teenagers. Obesity isn't just about appearance. It's a serious health concern that can lead to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. But that's not all. Unhealthy eating can lead to poor nutrition, which in turn can affect a teen's growth, development, and even their academic performance. Iron deficiency, for instance, is linked with decreased cognitive functioning. That's right, what your teen eats can directly impact their grades. So, what's the solution? Well, there are a few effective strategies you can implement. Firstly, promote a balanced diet. This means a variety of foods from all the food groups: fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy or dairy alternatives. It's not about completely eliminating junk food, but about moderation and balance. Secondly, teach your teen about nutrition. Explain the effects of different nutrients on the body and why they are important. This knowledge will empower them to make healthier food choices on their own. Lastly, involve your teen in meal planning and preparation. This not only teaches them invaluable life skills, but also gives them a sense of ownership and control over their diet. When they've had a hand in creating a meal, they're more likely to eat and enjoy it. Remember, developing healthy eating habits is not an overnight process. It takes patience, persistence, and a lot of trial and error. But the payoff is worth it. Healthy eating habits are a lifelong investment. After all, we are what we eat, and giving your teen the tools to eat healthily is one of the best gifts you can give them. So let's start making some positive changes today. Third on our list is irregular sleep patterns. Is your teen a night owl? We're not talking about the occasional late-night study session or movie marathon. Rather, we're addressing a pattern of consistently erratic sleep schedules that can significantly impact a teenager's life. Irregular sleep patterns can be the silent saboteurs of a teen's academic performance. The human brain, especially during these formative years, requires adequate rest to consolidate learning and commit new information to memory. So, when teens are burning the midnight oil and then struggling to stay awake during classes, they're not just tired, they're also potentially compromising their ability to learn and retain knowledge. Aside from the academic consequences, irregular sleep patterns also tend to wreak havoc on a teenager's mood. The relationship between sleep and mood is intricate and bidirectional. Lack of proper sleep can lead to feelings of irritability, sadness, and even symptoms of depression. On the other hand, these negative mood states can further disrupt sleep, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. But don't fret. There are ways to help your teen develop healthier sleep habits. One of the most effective strategies is maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. Encourage your teen to wake up and go to bed at the same times every day, even on weekends. This regularity helps to regulate the body's internal clock and can lead to improved sleep quality. Another solution is to create a sleep-friendly environment. This means keeping the bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Encourage your teen to keep electronic devices out of the bedroom, as the light from screens can interfere with the body's production of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. In the end, it's not just about getting more sleep, but about getting better sleep. Good sleep habits are essential for your teen's overall well-being. Last but not least, we have procrastination. Is your teen always waiting until the last minute? A question many parents may find themselves asking. This habit of delaying tasks until the 11th hour can lead to a plethora of problems. Procrastination, in its essence, is the avoidance of tasks that need to be accomplished. And when these tasks are put off, they can cause a domino effect of increased stress, anxiety, and even poor academic performance. It's a cycle that's easy to fall into, but harder to break. Imagine this: your teen has a project due in a week. Instead of planning and starting early, they decide to wait until the night before. As the deadline looms, stress levels skyrocket. They're scrambling to complete the work, and the result is often subpar. This can lead to lower grades and a hit to their self-esteem, but don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Procrastination is not a trait, it's a habit. And like all habits, it can be changed. One of the most effective ways to combat procrastination is by teaching time management skills. A well-organized schedule can break tasks down into manageable chunks, making them less daunting to tackle. Encourage your teen to use tools like planners or digital calendars to keep track of their responsibilities. Setting realistic goals can also be a game changer. Instead of focusing on the enormity of a task, breaking it down into smaller, achievable goals can make it seem less overwhelming. This can motivate your teen to start early and work consistently, rather than cramming everything in at the last minute. And let's not forget the importance of regular breaks. Continuously working without taking a breather can lead to burnout. Encourage your teen to take short, regular breaks during their study or work time. This can help refresh their mind and maintain productivity. Procrastination is not a trait, but a habit that can be changed. Remember, it's about fostering a positive and balanced approach to tasks and responsibilities. With patience and the right strategies, you can help your teen overcome the habit of procrastination. So we've covered 4 common teenage habits and how to address them: excessive screen time, unhealthy eating, irregular sleep patterns, and procrastination. Each of these habits can pose challenges, but let's remember, it's not about pointing fingers or laying blame. Rather, it's about understanding the root of these habits and supporting our teenagers as they navigate through this complex stage of life. Being a teenager isn't easy, and neither is parenting one. It's crucial to maintain open lines of communication, allowing them to express their feelings and thoughts freely. Encourage them, guide them, but also give them the space to learn and grow. Patience is key. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, gradual process that requires consistent effort and understanding. Reiterate your support, even when things get tough. Remember, navigating teenage years is a journey, not a race. Patience, understanding, and guidance can make all the difference.